right, Stevie. When I count to 3, you'll be forever free of this silly little aversion of yours. 1, 2. Your son's problem is beyond my skills. I am sorry.
You have a pea on you.
Do I?
You are our last hope. What can we do now?
Well, there is one who can help. I hesitate to suggest it, because I don't care for his methods, but in little Stevie's case, I'll make an exception. Good day.
Professor, let me show you out.
No, I said good day. Thank you. No, I said good day.
Please send us the cleaning bill. It's okay.
Don't worry.
Yes?
Alton Brown.
Yes.
Are you working now?
No.
Can you help us?
Maybe.
Goodbye.
Mr. Brown?
I'd like to see the subject now.
Excuse me?
Please, come on in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Stevie. I'm Mr. Brown. I hear you're having trouble with your peas.
Well, what do you think?
How long has he been like this? 3 hours?
3 days.
Let me guess, you told him he couldn't leave the table until he ate all his peas.
Well, that's how our parents got us to eat them.
Oh, really? And were the peas that your parents are trying to get you to eat as gray, lifeless, mushy, and disgusting as the ones on the wall there?
Disgusting?
Yes, they were that disgusting, and we liked them. Okay, we didn't like them, but we ate them.
Oh, look, Mr. Brown, can you help our boy or not?
I don't know. He's pretty far gone. You know how kids are when they dig in their heels. They're like pit bulls. Have you ever seen a pit bull really grab hold of something? You got to get a pry bar in their mouth and jimmy it around. And the problem here is not so much that we need to open his mouth. We need to open his mind to the possibility that peas aren't just good for you, but that peas are good. I wish I had a dime for every case of pea-lock I was called in to work. It's the ugliest culinary dispute a family is likely to face, and it always has the same result, you know? The kid buckles, he eats his gray, lifeless orbs, and then passes on the tragedy to another generation. It's a vicious cycle, all based on ignorance. Neither little Stevie nor his parents appreciate the fact that unlike their leguminous cousins, beans and lentils, peas are unique. They can be eaten at almost any level of maturity. They can be consumed dry or fresh. And of course, in the case of sugar snap peas or snow peas, they can be consumed in their pod practically in a raw state. They will have to wait for their own show, however, because today we are going to focus on the pea that American kids love to loathe, the English garden or sweet pea, and its very versatile ancient ancestor, the field pea. Now, field peas, which usually come in yellow and green, sometimes orange, are hardier and starchier than sweet garden peas. And they're historically significant because they were one of the first foods to be gathered and then dried. Now, imagine a cave-dwelling family that had peas like these would be able to get all the complex carbs, proteins, minerals, and good old-fashioned calories that they would need to survive a winter when the hunting was bad. And because they split naturally when they dry, they can be cooked without long soaking, which even gives modern cooks a big advantage. Oh, and here's another fascinating fact. Early European agriculturists, like my little friend here, learned fast that if they were going to live off of staples like wheat and barley, that they were going to have to practice field rotation. That is because cereal crops tend to deplete nutrients from the ground. So you have a parcel of land, you split it in half, you grow your grains on one side, and you leave the other side fallow so that it can recover through a growing season, and then you rotate the crops. Peas, however, do not deplete nutrients from the land. In fact, they feed it. So if you take the same parcel of land and split it into thirds, growing peas there, and we'll say wheat here, and leaving this little piece fallow down here, you can actually double your nutritive output every other year. Now, peoples who adapted the three-field method, such as the Franks under Charlemagne, eventually came to dominate the economic landscape of Europe. So you could say that peas changed the world. Now, I'm not going to try to tell you that little Stevie, or any American kid for that matter, is going to learn to love field peas simply because they have historical significance. But I will tell you that I think American kids can learn to love field peas because they have a very, very complex flavor and a nice meaty texture that lends itself well to a wide array of applications, such as split pea soup, which will begin with 12 ounces of green split peas. Now, even though these are split and they're out of the shell, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't get a little bit of a rinse. So park these under some cold water and just look for anything that doesn't belong. Pieces of shell, which are not going to cook, small rocks, sticks, things like that. These look pretty good. So while those drain, we will get the rest of our mise en place. Place your favorite large saucepan over medium-low heat and then add the butter. Now, and just as soon as that starts melting, you can add 1 cup of the chopped onion, the total amount, and a good healthy pinch of salt to help pull moisture out. Give that a stir every couple of minutes and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes or until the onion is soft. And remember, if you hear a lot of sizzling, you're sauteing, not sweating. That's not good. Since the garlic is cut into much smaller pieces than the onion, it goes in towards the end of the sweat. Just give it a stir and cook for 1 to 2 more minutes. It appears that our sweat has given its all, so it's time to add a little additional flavor in the form of our curry powder. And I'm going to turn the heat up all the way so that we can bring all this chicken stock to a boil. And that is everything. What? Let's never speak of this again. Needless to say, the peas should be invited to the party at this point. There we go. And just bring this up to a boil, as I said, and then drop the heat to low, slap on the cover, and cook for 45 minutes or until the peas just don't seem to be able to hold themselves together anymore. Now, time to check seasoning, and that will require a clean spoon. A little bit of salt, but not much. What we had in the sweat was good. And a fair amount of pepper. Peas love pepper. There we go. Now, although the peas have fallen apart, this is by no means a puree, so you might want to hit it with your stick. Thank you. Now to transfer this to little Stevie's house, all I'll need is my favorite thermos.
Wow, that smells great.
It looks really good.
Is there any extra?
This is for Stevie, but if this works out, I promise I'll leave you the recipe, okay?
You know, I remember reading that they used a lot of pea soup in making the movie The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it stuck to clothes and stuff.
Oh, like your coat. Or that shirt, which is real nice.
You know, maybe this isn't what I want to be walking in there with right now.
Could be
dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to do with this? Go ahead. Well, maybe I should spend some time trying to appeal to his intellectual side. Hey, Stevie, just got a little movie for you to watch, okay?
The garden, or sweet pea we know today, was born when 17th century Dutch agriculturists spotted the occasional mutant mini pea plants in their fields, and no doubt building upon the work of Gregor Mendel, did what they've done with everything from carrots to tulips. They coaxed entirely new varieties of plants out of the gene pool. Unleashed upon Europe, the dwarf pea, or petit pois, started a craze in the court of Louis XIV.